Yo, welcome back to another video. Happy Saturday, y'all. I'm trying to get some more insight on the Winter Soldier and stuff so I can, have some more stuff to talk to my friend about. But anyways, let's get right into it. This video is 6 minutes long, so that's interesting.
The Winter Soldier program, a devious project that originated in the 1940s, this video will explain what that program was, how it came to be, how it affected the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and how it ended. I'd like to clarify that this video will not be discussing the comic books at all, but rather the Marvel Cinematic Universe only. And with that being said, let's begin. The Winter Soldier program was devised by the Swiss-born Hydra scientist Arnim Zola and begun when the 107th Infantry Regiment of the US Army was captured. During their capture, Zola took one candidate to begin his experiments, James Buchanan Barnes, who Zola injected with his own version of the super soldier serum, originally created by Abraham Erskine. However, the program was short-lived as Barnes was rescued by his childhood best friend, Steve Rogers, who is now going as Captain America. The Winter Soldier program was then put on ice until Barnes tragically fell while acting as a part of a Howling Commandos mission during the Second World War. While it seemed that there was no possible way for Barnes to survive that fall, he did due to the super soldier serum he received years earlier. The soldier was then found, broken and bloody, his left arm damaged beyond repair. He was then sent to Arnim Zola, who continued his experimentation. With Bucky's arm missing, Zola fitted him with a metal prosthetic that far exceeded his super soldier enhanced strength. However, Bucky was not just given upgrades to his broken body. His mind had to be broken as well before he could serve Hydra. Zola implemented regular sessions of electroconvulsive treatments which scrambled his brain, making him more susceptible to reprogramming. Through these treatments, they were able to erase decades of memories, and in the case that Barnes would ever remember who he was or become non-compliant, they created a series of code words meant to be a fail-safe should something go wrong. These words were harmless alone, but when strung together in the proper sequence, they would completely reset the Winter Soldier's mind to a more acquiescent state. The codes used by Winter Soldier's handlers were Longing, Rusted, 17, Daybreak, Furnace, 9, Benign, Homecoming, 1, and Freight Car, in that order. After properly destroying the mind of Barnes and rebuilding it to their liking, Hydra would send the Winter Soldier on many high-profile missions that, quote, shaped the century. If the Winter Soldier was not out on an active mission, Hydra would keep their assassin cryogenically frozen to preserve one of their greatest assets. While the Winter Soldier likely has some de-aging and regeneration abilities due to his super soldier injections, Hydra decided it was not necessary to have the Winter Soldier active at all times. After all, he was the most dangerous assassin alive, and keeping him under lock and key would ensure he could not turn on Hydra or be captured by their enemies. So decades pass, and the Winter Soldier performed his duties to perfection, becoming a legend and spoken about in hushed voices, a ghost story, a perfect assassin. Until 1991, when Vasily Karpov, the head of the Winter Soldier program at that time, fought out the assassin for another important mission. Hydra had discovered that Howard Stark had recreated the super soldier serum and sent the Winter Soldier to assassinate Stark and recover the serum for Hydra. With the serum in hand, Hydra planned to create more Winter Soldiers and chose the Kill Squad with more kills than anyone in Hydra history to become the next group of Winter Soldiers. And while the treatments were successful, making Winter Soldiers stronger, faster, and more durable than Barnes himself, there were unforeseen complications with Stark's super soldier serum. Hydra found that these new Winter Soldiers were aggressive beyond the point of ever being controlled. Determining that the risks of deployment were just too great, Hydra decided to deep freeze the new squad indefinitely. Decades passed, and eventually the Winter Soldier was defrosted by Alexander Pierce to ensure the success of Project Insight by assassinating Nick Fury. After believing the Winter Soldier was able to assassinate Fury, Pierce sent their soldier to eliminate Steve Rogers and Natasha Romanoff. However, Rogers was able to reach the part of Bucky that was left in a distant corner of the Winter Soldier's mind. Bucky then went on the run, trying to figure out who he was and what happened to him. Rogers was eventually able to locate his old friend, but the two were brought in by Colonel James Rhodes for violating the newly minted Sokovia Accords. Having planned all of this from the beginning, Helmut Zemo was able to infiltrate the secure location that Bucky was being held and turn him into the Winter Soldier yet again, with the intention of destroying the Avengers from the inside. Eventually, Zemo led Barnes, Rogers, and Tony Stark to the Hydra base in Siberia, where the death squad of Hydra soldiers were being kept frozen. However, upon arriving, they found that Zemo had executed the Winter Soldiers, ending the program, at least for now. After the Avengers' quote-unquote civil war, Bucky was taken to Wakanda, where Shuri was given the task to unscramble and repair his broken mind, which seems to have been successful, although you never know. And that is the Winter Soldier program from start to maybe the finish. With Falcon and Winter Soldier coming up, another chapter could be added to the Winter Soldier program, and let me know down in the comments if you guys would like to see the program revitalized within the MCU, or do you...
Alright, thank you for watching. I'm gonna see you on the next video. Y'all stay tuned.